Welcome to Speak Forward English, where we help you master the language with confidence.
Hey, Jerry, how are you doing today?
Sophia, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. So I'm really excited about today's topic because we're going to talk about something that confuses a lot of English learners.
Oh yeah? What's that?
The word should. It seems simple, but there are so many ways to use it correctly.
You're absolutely right. I remember when I was learning English, I used to mix up should, must, and have to all the time.
Oh, I can totally relate to that. So let's break it down today and make it super clear for everyone listening. Sound good?
Sounds perfect. So where should we start? See what I did there?
Nice one. That's actually a great example. You just used should to ask about what's best or recommended. So let's start with the most common use of should, giving advice or recommendations.
Right, exactly. When we want to suggest something or give someone advice, we use should. For example, you should drink more water if you have a headache.
Perfect example. And notice the structure there. It's subject, then should, then the base form of the verb. So it's you should drink, not you should to drink or you should drinking.
That's a really important point, Sophia. A lot of learners want to add to after should, but that's incorrect. It's just should plus the base verb.
Exactly. So, Jerry, can you give us another example of giving advice with should?
Sure. Let me think. Okay, how about this? You should call your mom more often. She misses you.
Aw, that's sweet. And it's a perfect example of advice. You're suggesting what someone ought to do, right?
Right. And here's another one. Students should study at least 2 hours every day to improve their English.
Great. Now, what about when we want to give negative advice, like when we want to say someone shouldn't do something?
Oh, good question. For negative advice, we simply add not after should, so it becomes should not or the contraction shouldn't.
Yes, and the structure stays the same. For example, you shouldn't eat too much sugar before bed.
That's a good advice. Here's another one. You shouldn't drive when you're tired. It's dangerous.
Absolutely. Safety advice is actually one of the most common places we use should and shouldn't, don't you think?
Definitely. Like, you should wear a seatbelt, or you shouldn't text while driving.
Perfect examples. Now, let's move on to another really common use of should. We also use it to talk about expectations or what we think is likely to happen.
Oh, yeah, this is interesting because it's not about advice at all. It's more like making a prediction based on what we know.
Exactly. For instance, the package should arrive tomorrow. You're not giving advice to the package.
Right. You're saying that based on the information you have, you expect it to arrive tomorrow.
Yes. Can you think of another example like that?
Sure. How about the meeting should finish by 3 o'clock? You're stating an expectation based on the schedule.
Perfect. Or she should be here soon. She left her house 20 minutes ago.
Great example. And notice how in all these examples we're expressing something that's probable or expected, not certain.
That's a crucial point, Jerry. If we were certain, we'd use will instead. Should indicates probability, not certainty.
Right. So it will rain tomorrow means you're certain, but it should rain tomorrow means it's likely based on what you know.
Exactly. Now let's talk about using should for obligations or duties. This is similar to giving advice, but it's more about what's right or proper.
Oh yeah, like moral obligations or responsibilities.
Yes. For example, we should respect our elders. This isn't just advice, it's stating what's morally right.
Good example. How about students should complete their homework on time? It's expressing a responsibility.
Perfect. Or employees should arrive at work punctually.
I know a few people who need to hear that one. But seriously, these examples show duty or proper behavior, right?
Exactly. And here's an interesting one. You should tell the truth. It's about moral obligation.
That's a good point. Now, what about using should in questions? That's something learners often struggle with.
Oh, great topic. So when we make questions with should, we invert the subject and should.
Right. So instead of I should go, we say, should I go?
Exactly. The structure is should plus subject plus base verb. For example, should we order pizza for dinner?
Now I'm hungry. Here's another one. Should I bring an umbrella today?
Good one. And these questions are usually asking for advice or opinions, aren't they?
Yes, like when you're not sure about the best course of action. Should I accept the job offer?
Perfect. Or should we leave now or wait a bit longer?
Great example. Now, there's also something called should have, which talks about the past. This one confuses a lot of people.
Oh, yes. Should have is used to talk about past actions that didn't happen but would have been better if they had.
Right. It expresses regret or criticism. For example, I should have studied harder for that exam.
That's perfect. You're expressing regret about not studying enough in the past.
Exactly. And notice the structure. Should have plus the past participle of the verb, so it's studied, not study.
Yes. Here's another example. She should have called before coming over.
That's a good one. You're saying she didn't call, but it would have been better if she had.
Right. And for the negative, we say shouldn't have. Like, you shouldn't have eaten all that cake, now you have a stomachache.
Story of my life. So the person ate the cake, and now you're saying that was a mistake.
Exactly. Can you give another example of shouldn't have?
Sure. They shouldn't have driven in that storm. It was too dangerous.
Perfect. You're criticizing a past decision. Now let's talk about some common mistakes people make with should.
Oh, this is important. What's the most common mistake you hear?
Definitely adding to after should. People say you should to go instead of you should go.
Yeah, I hear that a lot too. I think it's because in many languages, the equivalent construction uses to.
Exactly. Another common mistake is using the wrong verb form, like saying you should going instead of you should go.
Right. Remember, it's always should plus the base form of the verb, never the ing form or any other form.
Great reminder. Now, another mistake is confusing should with must. They're similar but have different strengths.
Oh yeah, must is much stronger than should. You must stop at a red light is a law, but you should eat vegetables is advice.
Exactly. Must indicates obligation or necessity, while should is more about recommendation or expectation.
Right. So if I say you must do your homework, it's a strong requirement, but you should do your homework is strong advice.
Perfect distinction. Now, let's give our listeners some more practical examples they can use in everyday life.
Great idea. How about some examples for the workplace?
Sure. You should check your email regularly. That's common workplace advice.
Good one. Here's another. We should have a meeting to discuss this project.
Nice. Or you should ask your manager if you have questions.
That's practical advice. What about examples for daily routines?
Okay. You should get at least 8 hours of sleep every night.
I probably should follow that advice myself. How about you should brush your teeth twice a day?
Basic but important. Or you should exercise regularly to stay healthy.
All great examples. What about using should when traveling? That's a common situation for English learners.
Oh, excellent idea. You should book your hotel in advance during peak season.
Perfect. Or you should try the local food when you visit a new place.
I love that one. Here's another. You should learn some basic phrases in the local language.
That's really good advice. How about you should arrive at the airport at least 2 hours early for international flights?
Excellent. Now, let's talk about using should in more formal situations, like giving professional advice.
Right. The meaning stays the same, but the context might be more serious. For example, companies should invest in employee training.
Great example. Or governments should prioritize education and healthcare.
Nice. These are recommendations, but on a larger scale. Here's another. Organizations should promote diversity and inclusion.
Absolutely. Now, Jerry, can we talk about some idiomatic expressions with should?
Oh, yes. There are some interesting ones. Like, you should know better. This means someone should be wise enough not to do something wrong.
Right. Like if an adult does something childish, you might say, you should know better at your age.
Exactly. Another expression is, I should think so, which means you strongly agree or expect something.
Yes, like if someone says, I'll pay you back tomorrow, you might reply, I should think so.
Right. There's also, should you need anything, which is a formal way of offering help.
Oh, that's a good one. It's like saying, if you need anything. For example, should you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Perfect example. That's very formal and polite. Now, should we talk about the difference between should, could, and would?
I see what you did there. Yes, let's briefly touch on that because people often confuse these modal verbs.
Right. So, should is about advice or expectation, could is about possibility or ability, and would is about willingness or hypothetical situations.
Excellent summary. For example, you should study is advice. You could study means it's possible or you have the ability, and you would study if you had time is hypothetical.
Perfect explanation. And understanding these differences really helps with using should correctly.
Absolutely. Now, let's give some examples of should in everyday conversations, like casual chat between friends.
Good idea. How about, you should see the new movie that just came out. It's amazing.
Love it. Or, we should hang out this weekend. Are you free?
Nice. Here's another. You should try that new restaurant downtown. The food is incredible.
Now I'm getting hungry again. How about, you should come to the party on Saturday. It's going to be fun.
Great example. These all sound natural and conversational. What about using should when making suggestions for activities?
Oh, yes. We should go for a walk. It's such a beautiful day.
Perfect. Or, you should take a break. You've been working too hard.
That's caring advice. How about, we should watch that documentary you mentioned?
Good one. And here's another. You should join us for lunch today.
All wonderful examples. Now, before we wrap up, let's review the main points about using should.
Great idea. So first, should is used for giving advice or recommendations. The structure is subject plus should plus base verb.
Right. Second, we use should to express expectations or predictions about what's likely to happen.
Third, should can express obligations, duties, or what's morally right.
And fourth, we use should have plus past participle to talk about past regrets or criticism.
Excellent summary. And remember, common mistakes include adding to after should or using the wrong verb form.
Yes, always use the base form of the verb. You should go, not you should to go or you should going.
Perfect. And don't forget that should is weaker than must but stronger than could.
Great point. I think our listeners now have a solid understanding of how to use should in English.
I agree. We've covered advice, expectations, obligations, questions, and even past regrets with should have.
And we've given tons of examples for different situations: work, travel, daily life, and casual conversations.
Exactly. The best way to master should is to practice using it in your own sentences. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Absolutely. Practice makes perfect. Try making sentences with should every day, and it'll become natural.
Great advice, Sophia. And hey, if you found this conversation helpful, you should subscribe for daily English listening practice.
Perfect use of should there, Jerry. Yes, everyone, please subscribe so you can improve your English every single day.
We create content like this regularly to help you master English grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation.
And remember that listening to natural conversations like this one is one of the best ways to improve your English skills.
Absolutely. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, and remember, you should never give up on learning English.
Perfect ending, Sophia. Until next time, happy learning.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.